This book is entitled, These Are Just Thought-Provoking Possibilities. Subtitle, Take the Chain Off Your Brain, which should have actually been the title, and the subtitle should have been the title. Basically, the book challenges and motivates all of us. The book also empowers our unity for the betterment of humanity through righteousness. First things first, I would like to impose a question, two questions actually, to the audience. First question being, what is, or what do you think, the two most important gifts that the Creator gave us? I will give my opinion at the end. And the second question is, what brings the people of the world together? What things or what will bring people of the world together? Now, in this book, there are 10 chapters. I'll try to give a brief synopsis of each chapter. The first chapter is entitled Blind Faith. Thing being, you need to believe in something in order not to fall for anything. Now, blind faith states, the definition is unquestioning belief without proof or evidence. Now, to me, there's a problem when you ask me to believe in something. I believe in it, but I do not need proof or evidence to sustain that belief that I have. That's a problem. So, in the Bible, it states the blind leading the blind. Are we that blind? Well, we will not investigate what we truly believe in. The second chapter deals with no religion. No religion is just that. The Creator, whomever you choose to call him, is just that. Now, he never gave us religion. He gave man his word, and only his word. It was man who took his word and placed names and titles upon his word, and that has had the masses of people fooled ever since. The third chapter is entitled the Bible, and this is where people get bent out of shape. But I have a problem because the Bible needs to be deciphered, dissected from everybody's, your own opinion, not adhering to anybody else's opinion about this, that, and the other. A person can guide you, but not force anything upon you. Now, in the beginning of Genesis, it states, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Then it goes on to say, the earth was without form and void. Then it states that the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Now, if you just stated prior that the earth was without form and void, form means it has no shape, and void means empty. So where did the water come from in order for the face of God to move across it? It also gets into things like the 26th verse of the first chapter states that let us make man. In this particular verse, 26, it says, let us make man. The next particular verse, 27, says, and God created man in his own image. Now, you're saying one man is made and one is created. That's two different things. We don't have to play on words. The 28th verse talks about, and God told them to be fruitful and multiply. Now, that alludes to there being more than one person. Let them be fruitful and multiply. Eve was not created at this time, not until the second chapter, 21st and 22nd verse. So, there's a problem there. The big thing is, once it says for them to be fruitful and multiply, it says replenish the earth, and replenish means to fill again. So that's something that was full before. So again, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. It also says that Adam and Eve had two sons, Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel, but it alludes to Cain knowing his wife. Where did she come from? So like I said, you can constantly go on and on and on in Genesis before you get to anything else. The fourth chapter is entitled A Journey into the Truth. And being that, a journey into the truth, think about that. Everybody's truth is their perception. But the truth is the truth regardless if I perceive it one way and you perceive it another. The truth stands on its own merit, and it stands alone. so it doesn't go on perceptions, because we all have different opinions and perceptions. The 5th chapter is entitled Prejudice and Racism, and this is 2009. We're still going through that. We're still going through it. There would be no need for affirmative action, equal rights, civil rights, if we practice basic human rights. And this is the problem that we have. We get into all these other rights and we don't see each other as being humans, and that's the problem behind the whole thing. When you say racism and prejudice, people refer to a lot of black people as the N-words. Let me be frank, they call black people niggas. All black people aren't niggas, but all people of a darker hue aren't black. So it's a cultural thing that we have to get into. Because actually, a nigga could be put into any ethnic group, because that's just a person who runs amok in a neighborhood, destroys and terrorizes and vandalizes any neighborhood, and we all have that in our own neighborhoods. Then you go on into relationships. We all have relationships. We must develop, first of all, a true relationship with the Creator, whomever that Creator is to you. Along with our families, we must develop a positive relationship with our families on every level. Then you go on into fatherhood, which touches me very deeply. I have 5 children. Fatherhood, being a father, not only to my children, I try to convey that if I'm in the presence of any child, that child is my child. It doesn't mean that that child has to be my biological child. If I'm in his presence, I treat him as I treat my children. And that's the problem we have with most fathers out here. They don't know how to be fathers. And when someone comes along and tries to give them information because of lack of knowledge, which is only the word ignorance, they will not adhere to it. Then we get into government and politics, which we know that really the government is nothing but the body of people who elect people to represent them. And basically people do not demand of the people that represent them to do the jobs they're supposed to do. And the people that are in the positions that they are elected for have a lack, in other words, the testosterone fortitude to do what they should do. They don't do it. Then you get into questions. Questions is the 9th chapter, and it gets into questioning everything in your life, from the Bible to religion to whatever it is. It's just a chapter that is open to your own interpretation, but it asks questions like, who is Jesus? Was there ever a person actually called Jesus? And the thing is, if you do your research, in this book I constantly tell the reader to please doubt me, but give me the benefit of the doubt. Because giving me the benefit of the doubt means that you will investigate and research for yourself. And in doing that, you will find that the questions that I ask you will take you to a stratosphere that you've never come to, because now you're actually researching the particular question. So, King James, all these, the person who authorized the writing, who was he? Why was it written the way it was written? So, I mean, you have so many questions, so many questions. The thing is, the Bible tells us to honor and keep the Sabbath day for rest and worship. And we do this on Sunday, which is the first day. Look at your calendar and do the research and try to figure out, when did this change from Sunday or Saturday to Sunday? Because again, we're not adhering to the word of the Creator. Man has given us so much and confused the masses so much that we don't do what we're supposed to do.